Hi, Jyotsna. It's great to see you after a long, long time. How have you been?
Hi, Shashi. It's so good to be able to talk to you now. I've been good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good, Jyotsna. It's been really nice, and it's been a really long time that I saw you, and I'm feeling so good connecting with you again. Thank you so much for taking some time today, and
Thank you so
I
much.
hope
It feels good to be with you.
awesome, awesome. So I just wanted to take some time off with you to check how you've been doing post the conversation that you and I had some time back. But before we get into that, for my community, the 2% Club, I would like them to know you first. So, can you take a minute to introduce yourself and give all of us a bit of a background?
Sure, absolutely, Shashi. So I'd like to begin by saying congratulations, firstly, on your new venture. Um,
Thank you.
for the sake of introductions, I would say that my name is Jyotsna Bhargav. I am a B2B marketer by profession. Um, I am an MBA graduate in international marketing from Coventry University, London. I started my career there as the project marketer. Um, Went on to work for nearly 2 years in UK, and moved back to India voluntarily, and I've worked across various cities in India. Um I've worked in industry sectors such as SaaS and automobile. Um, and I'm passionate about integrating both the art and science of marketing. So that's a little bit about myself.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Jyotsna. It's really awesome to see that you studied in the UK, you worked in the UK, you grew up in India, came back to India, worked in India, then now you're in Canada. So it's really awesome. It's almost like a dream for so many people who are going to be listening to what you are saying. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
So
Thank you.
it's been a while that you and I had a mentoring session. So I don't
Yes.
know how much of it you will recollect and remember, but I'm going to take a chance. So let me go with some questions that I have in my mind. Firstly, I'm very curious to know, why did you approach me for advice and mentorship?
Sure. I think that's a great question to begin with. I was at that age. Um, this was pre-university before I got into my bachelor's program. So I did an engineering back then. But prior to that, I was at that stage where I wanted to approach someone uh, to chalk out an educational as well as a professional pathway for myself. I always knew that I was a very ambitious student. I was someone who was a deep thinker, and I had all of these thoughts and aspirations in my mind, but I needed someone external to my immediate family, where I could create where I could receive an emotional space, safe space, and really voice out all of my concerns that I had with respect to choosing an educational as well as a professional path. And having observed your progress, you were in your uh, stages of your career back then, and I felt that you would be in a good position to really give me some sound advice, more so from a business point of view, since you were already in the industry. So I approached you for these reasons, and I think it actually kicked off something beautiful for me back then.
Awesome. I still remember this was December 2013 or 12 or 11. Uh,
Actually, it was I went back to those conversations again. It was in 2009.
2009. And I
Yes.
remember responding to your mail at 1 in the morning.
Yes.
Right. So yeah, I still remember that long mail that I had written. Uh, but yes, okay. So moving on, you said something beautiful. What was that something beautiful?
The fact that there was an emotional safe space
Okay.
created.
Okay. Okay. Nice. And what exactly did you? Okay, let me rephrase this question. How did that mentorship or advice help you uh, get into what you wanted to do? Can you just elaborate that?
Sure. All right. So I had these aspirations of wanting to do an MBA in marketing. I think I was someone who knew very early on in my journey that I wanted to involve myself in advertising initially. And the more I read about the different verticals of marketing and advertising, I started realizing that maybe I'd want to be more involved in the analytical side of marketing rather than the creative side. So I just had this vision in my head, but I didn't really know how to get there. Like, okay, to do an MBA, what are the steps that are required from a bachelor degree point of view, from a master's degree point of view? What are the kind of entrance exams that need to be taken up for me to get there? So I knew a vague destination, but I didn't really know the pathway to actually getting there. So when I approached you, it was more about um, being able to frankly tell you that, see, this is where I want to be in the future. Um, but what should I do from a very technical point of view with respect to the kind of educational degrees that I'm supposed to be taking, but also in terms of the kind of mindset I should have in order to achieve those dreams. So, everything that we did together was a combination of establishing certain guidelines and a growth mindset for me, as well as chalking out a clear career path starting from year zero, which started at me passing out my bachelor's degree with flying colors. I still remember those words that you used in that email. To year one, year three, four, year six, year seven. So we went up till year 10, where we chalked out um, a fluid career path for me. Um, and I think that gave me a brilliant framework to bring about clarity amongst all of the chaos. It's almost it's almost as if we went after bringing about some method in all of the madness that was in my mind. So yeah, that's what we did together.
Awesome. Method in the madness, right? I mean,
Yes,
that's the biggest quest for a lot of people, right?
absolutely.
Good, good. I'm so glad, Jyotsna, that you are where you are today. And I've seen you grow and become bigger with a lot of pride in the way you have done whatever you have achieved in life. So I'm so proud of you. I just want to go to the next question. And it's a bit of a new generation question.
Yes.
You're closer to that generation than me, so hopefully you'll get this answer more right than me. Uh, what are the issues that you think today's 18 to 25 age group, or what I call as young adults, uh, face? What are the issues that they face today, according to you?
I think that's a brilliant question, Shashi, especially for the kind of vision that you have with the 2% club. So it's essentially that age bracket is battling a number of conflicting issues, be it very tight schedules at their college or at their pre-university educational institutions, or things like peer pressure. So they're dealing with um, extreme competition from their friend circle. Thirdly, this age bracket might be dealing with a lot of uh, pressure from the family in order to do well, achieve great things, have a clear plan for yourself, realize your potential. All of that is coming from the family. There's pressure from your peers. There's pressure from the educational institution, and let's not forget, everyone in this age bracket is really motivated, and everyone, literally everyone, wants to do well. So it's not that this age bracket wants to while away their time or anything. Each individual um, has a plan for himself or herself. So they're trying to figure themselves out, and they want to be the best version of themselves. But sometimes, because of all of these conflicting pressures, things get hard. So you just need someone to guide the way, to give you some support in terms of either frameworks in order to clear all of that clutter in your head and realize your true potential. I think that's having been there myself, and have always prided and really been proud of the fact that I've always known what I wanted to do in my life, and I'm still working towards achieving all of that. It's a never ending journey, but at that point of time, although I had that kind of clarity, I still benefited a lot from being mentored, from talking to you at that point of time. So that's one category of people. There's another category of people in that age bracket who don't really know um, where to go. They do know that they want to succeed and have a great life going ahead, but they don't necessarily know what they want to do, and they need some support and hand holding in terms of figuring out what their passion is and where their interests lie. So something like what you're doing is beneficial for both sets of categories, and I think that's the beauty of it, in order to be able to tap into both these categories.
You actually answered both my questions. One, the one that I asked, and the one that I was about to ask. So I was
Sure.
about to ask you, how do you, now that you know about the 2% club, how do you think kids in this age group of 18 to 25 could benefit from the framework that I'm trying to develop, the structure that I'm trying to develop for them? So I think you partially answered that. Thanks for that. I I strongly feel that 18 to 25 is a very, very game-changing time in somebody's life. One decides to do
Yes,
something during that time and then ends up following it up for the next 25, 30, or 40 years. And what you think during that time actually makes a lot of difference for the next 30, 40 years. And as you rightly said,
absolutely.
uh, the number of people who uh, are available for mentorship is, I think, fairly has increased over a period of time, but I think it's still fairly less from a ratio perspective. And you're absolutely right that this mentorship can help, right? So, Jyotsna, before signing off, any advice for my community, the 2% club, which has mostly 18 to 25-year-olds?
I think they're in safe hands with you, if I may say so. I think um, continuously working on yourself is something that all of us have to do. But the seeds of it have to be sown at a young age. And I think it's very, very crucial for you to start thinking about what you represent, what your value systems are, how you would want your professional and personal identity to shape out in the future. And I think the ages between 18 to 25 is, I mean, you're at that age where you're discovering the world, discovering your life around you, discovering yourself. And the more the kind of influences that you need at this point in your life have to be really good. And mentorship with someone who's actually been there in the industry for nearly 25 years or more, you've been there, you've walked that journey yourself, you know how it is out there in the industry. uh, so being able to receive advice and learn from industry leaders is is w- would be really beneficial for um, people in that age bracket. So I would just say, my advice for them would be to really go ahead um, and make the best use of such a service out there, because ultimately it's not something that's going to benefit you for a year or two. It's going to actually set you up for a long time in the future, which defines your professional identity. So I would say go for it and really invest in yourself today so that you can have this clarity of thought going forward.
Awesome, Jyotsna. It's so nice speaking to you, and I can keep saying this, and I can keep chatting with you for a long, long time. But thank you so much. It's so much fun connecting with you again, and wishing you all the very best for all your new projects.
Thank you so much, Shashi. I wish you all the best, and I'd like to wish your community as well the best of luck. And here's to something beautiful. Here's to a new journey beginning for all of you. So, all the very best. Thank you so
Thank you
much for
so
having me.
much. Thank you so much.